So let's keep this going. Track number 6, Von Dutch.
It's okay to just admit that you're jealous of me. Yeah, I heard you talk about me, just a word on the street. Yeah.
As if like, you know, this wasn't 2000s enough. And if there's any kind of question about what she was aiming for, what kind of time period she was aiming for this album, she literally named her track Von Dutch. And like Von Dutch was such a huge, ubiquitous brand and style that you would find everywhere throughout the 2000s, early to mid 2010s. It was just that reminiscent and representative of that time period. So like, if you didn't know it, like that's exactly what she's aiming for.
Obsessing, just confess it, put your hands up. It's obvious I'm your number one. It's alright to just admit that I'm the fantasy. You're obsessing, just confess it, cause it's obvious I'm your number one. I'm your number one. I'm your number one. Yeah, I'm just living that life. One that's called classic, but it's still pop. I get money, you get mad because the bank's up. Yeah, I know your little secret, put your hands up. It's so obvious I'm your number one. Like one that's called classic in the eardrums. Why you lying? You won't fuck unless she famous. Do that little dash right out like you're bananas. It's so obvious I'm your number.
I mean, again, just these synths, these sounds, everything that she's doing in the production is just, I don't really have another word for it other than filthy. This shit is just filthy. Like, I don't know what she's doing with kind of like that rolling background synth. You know what I mean? But like that on a loop, I will listen to that shit on a loop. It just hits on a different level. Like it just does something, bro. Like, I don't really know. Oh, all right. The producer is Finn Keen, aka Easy Fun. Okay, so like she didn't produce this one, but I don't really know what the fuck is going on here. But that synth is something special.
It's okay to just admit that you're jealous of me. You're obsessed and just confess it, cause it's obvious I'm your number one. 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 Your number one. Your number one. Your number one. I'm just living that life. One that's called classic, but it's still pop. I get money, you get mad because the bank's up. Yeah, I know your little secret, put your hands up. It's so obvious I'm your number one. Like one that's called classic in the eardrums. Why you lying? You won't fuck unless she famous. Do that little dash right out of your bananas. It's so obvious I'm your number one.
Like that is filthy. That bro, that is just come on, bro.
Bruh.
Filthy. I know that kind of synthy, like whatever element that he's using is kind of reminiscent in a lot of other electronic kind of songs and sounds, and it's like very kind of ubiquitous. But there's one particular song in general that like it really reminds me of. If you guys are like EDM fans, but I went through a period where I really dove into EDM and electronic music, and I found this French EDM producer named Vitalik, and he had this album called Rave Age. And there's a song called like Stamina that also like gives me very like that very just not repetitive, well, kind of repetitive, just something that's like you can listen to on a loop and a loop over and over and over again. And just kind of like this driving beat and like this crazy synth going on. It kind of gives me that same sort of vibe and feel. If you know your EDM, go check that out. Vitalik, Rave H, super dope album. That's also when I'm kind of getting vibes here. Y'all might be right. Y'all might be right. I was being a little sassy, a little sarcastic, and y'all kept tagging me, asking me to listen to Charli XCX Brat, but y'all might have been right. Y'all might have been right. Like, this is one that I'm glad I'm checking out because I don't know how I have not heard this all year because this shit is nice. It's nice. It's definitely one of those albums that I can definitely see why so many people love. So, you know, sometimes there's just albums and projects that come out and that everybody seems to love, but then you finally go listen to it and check it out and you're like, I don't really get the hype. I get the hype here. I definitely get the hype.